Lions TV, full time from the Liberty Stadium via my front room. It finishes Swansea City 2, Millwall 1. Frustrating game, a game of many different levels and emotions. The first half was an absolute, complete and utter waste of everyone's time. No ideas going forward. Just nothing happened in the first half at all. And we come out for the second half and it's a terrible start across into the box. Marlon Romeo, I'm sorry, I know we all love him, but for those who keep saying he's the best right back in the league, you got to be off your tits, because he's not a great defender and he can't pass the ball, which begs the question in my mind: what does he actually do for the team? He's exciting to watch running forward, yes, but he can't pass the ball from A to B, and his defending isn't great. And he's waiting for the ball to drop out the air. I don't know what he's doing, because all he's got to do is make the ball at its highest point, head it over the bar. He's sort of backing into the striker, trying to hold him off. I don't know if he did actually manage to hold him off, what he thought he was going to do with the ball, because he would have been 4 yards out and facing Balkowski. But the striker doesn't give him the opportunity, because he reaches round him with his foot and just pokes it in past bar. If I thought the first half was bad at that point, I just wanted to turn it off. But strangely, it got brilliant all of a sudden. It did get very, very good. We equalised within 7 minutes. Tom Bradshaw finally gets off the mark since January's first goal in 273 days. Gary Rowett has backed him, stuck with him, and it paid dividends. He gets the ball after a good run from Sean Hutchinson randomly. He was up in opposition territory. He gives it to Bradshaw, who takes it into the box. He's running away from goal. He's the target, can't do any more. It's a good goal and I'm pleased for Bradshaw, but if the big man at the other end lets that in for us, I'll be doing my conkers. So it's 1-1, and after that, we came alive. It was a little bit Nottingham Forest-esque. Mason Bennett was running powerfully through the middle, and we had a few opportunities to take the lead. Then Ayew, as good as he is as a player, he's an absolute fucking cheese roller geezer, rolling around like a clown constantly, and he goes down with a facial injury, so he claims. I don't know what was going on, but he ends up causing about a 6 or 7 minute delay, and the tempo of the game got completely, it went flat after that. The game just completely died a death, and it ruined the momentum for us. And after the restart, it was a little bit of a dull game, again, similar to the first half, not as bad. Nothing could be as bad as that first half. And then Swansea take the lead. They get a free kick. It's put in quite flat. Cooper sort of half clears it. It's a massive goal-mouth scramble. A couple of shots at Balkowski, saves a couple, and it's no one's real fault. But again, it's poor defending. But I couldn't pinpoint who was at fault. It was a bit of a Sunday League goal. Bodies everywhere, and eventually it's bundled in. You can say that at the point it goes in, Bart's already made 2 or 3 saves, and there's 3 or 4 Swansea players around him, not a Millwall player in sight. So it was a weird one, because I thought our defending was good as a whole, but two errors defensively, poor defending. One a personal mistake by Marlon Romeo, and the other one I can't really put my finger on whose fault that was. But 2 sloppy, scrappy goals to concede, and then we're up against it. We tried to come back into it, and as good as Rowett was last season at changing the game with his substitutions, he seems to keep going for the exact same substitutions every time. It's the Siamese substitution twins, I'm starting to call them. It's Connor Mahoney and Matt Smith. Matt Smith, they know what he's all about, so he's got 3 or 4 Swansea defenders on him as soon as he tries to do anything. He didn't get a kick. Connor Mahoney's distribution wasn't great when he came on. He took Bradshaw off. I would have left Bradshaw on following his goal. Bring on John Daly Bavarsson, who's just a fucking complete waste of fucking oxygen. And Ryan Woods, by the way, and Ryan Leonard. I've been backing Leonard lately a bit. Leonard was non-existent. Ryan Woods just doesn't do enough. Yes, he looks fancy and fantastic on the ball, and he can collect a 2-yard pass and spray it deep in our territory when teams are going to let you have it. But it doesn't affect the game enough for me. And I think he'd be a brilliant player in a better side, if I'm honest, a side higher up the division. Swansea, teams like Brentford, they're going to let him have it where he wants it all day long. And Ben Thompson there on the bench didn't get on. Sean Williams as well. So maybe Gary Rowett thinks the 2 midfielders have played well there. I'm not sure. I can't work it out, but it's all academic, by the by. It ends 2-1 in Swansea. We lose our first game of the season. I predicted 2-0 as a defeat I was expecting. Not great, but in patches good. Need to be more consistent, need to be better, need players to turn up more regularly and be more consistent and try and create more chances aside. I feel for Gary Rowett because, his hands are tied. I don't think there's money to bring anyone in my opinion. I don't think there will be. So he's got to go what we got, but it looks a little bit... Well, in patches, it looks like a little bit like dead wood, and then at other times we come alive. We've got to find a level of consistency. Of course, now we go into the international break, so we've got a little bit of time off, and I'm going to shut up. We lose. Swansea 2, Millwall 1. Come on, you Lions.